beautiful good now. Today, I'm going to share with you a simpler recipe for a smooth and joyful flow through life. It was shared by Daryl Anka, who channels his future self named Bashar. It is based on the knowledge of the laws of the universe and the creation of our reality. It is basically a practical extension of the basic principle, let go and let God. God as an all-pervading force or energy present always and everywhere. Let us remind ourselves that whether we wish for something specific or to be generally well and happy, the easiest and best way is to leave the manifestation of our wish to the perfect wisdom and power of God. We can become aware of and express our intention or perform a ritual and then surrender it to the universe. We know that everything is already fulfilled in the best way. It is on the way to us. And then we live in this awareness and train the state of being the version of us that has or experiences what we wish. There is no need to know how or to make special efforts or logical procedures. Our role in this process is mainly not to stand in the way of the creative force, but rather to support it by being in harmony with it, with our whole being and action. God's power works through us and gives us impulses and inspiration. And this is where many will get anxious. How do I know what to do? The following recipe will help you precisely with that. How to flow in each moment in accordance with the power of Source and the highest inspiration. Even if we don't have grand intentions or desires, or don't really know what we want. Our divine self is always leading us to express and experience ourselves to the fullest, and in this harmonious flow we also find the joy of being and living. So these are the steps. Step 1. Act on your highest joy and passion. What fills you with the most joy at this time? Do it in every moment when you can. The first step is the essence of the whole recipe. At each moment, choose the available activity or opportunity that fills you with the most joy. The thing you most want to do, where you feel the most happiness and energy. It doesn't have to be a big thing right away. It could be going for a walk, calling a friend, writing something, whatever is possible or available to you at the moment. And all of the options, this is the one you feel the most joy and desire for. Sometimes it can be seemingly illogical and maybe not related to what you want at all. But it puts you in a perfect flow that brings out the best in you. Enthusiasm is the voice of your divine self pointing you in a certain direction and hoping you will move in that direction. Step 2. Take it as far as you can, until you can't take it further or something else comes along where you feel more enthusiastic about. Also, make sure you don't have any beliefs that cause you to dampen your enthusiasm beforehand. Step 3. Act on your joy without any insistence, assumptions, or expectations of outcome. Very often, the outcome will not be what you expected. Your divine self knows the ideal outcome, but your physical mind cannot really know it in advance. The activity or action itself may not always make sense to you, nor may it be your ultimate goal. Sometimes it will lead us to a place we wouldn't otherwise have gone, and in that place we will discover something else that will bring us even more joy or fulfillment. Step 4. Decide to stay in a positive state no matter what happens. If something undesirable happens, by staying in a positive state even then, you are able to gain some positive benefit from the situation. If you stay in a positive state, you can find out how it can benefit you. Any circumstance is actually neutral. It has no predefined meaning in it. You set out whether it has positive or negative benefit, based on what meaning you project into this essentially neutral situation. Step 5. Continually observe your belief systems and release and replace non-preferred beliefs. These are fear-based beliefs and beliefs that are not aligned with who you want to be. Following this recipe as precisely as you can activates the synchronicity that is the organizing principle of the entire universe. Synchronicity is the interconnection and coordination of all parts of the universe with each other through the one universal mind. And so, by activating this synchronicity, things in your life automatically flow more neutrally, pleasantly, and beneficially, and in perfect timing. Joy is caused by resonance with your divine self. It is a sign that the activity you are contemplating is in alignment with your inner being, and it is this alignment that causes enthusiasm. It naturally leads you to do what you are supposed to do, what your inner being hopes your free will decides to do. This is your purpose. So this is a simple but effective way to find your life's purpose. Joy serves as a compass to let you know when you are on the right track, when you are doing or thinking about doing exactly what your divine self would like you to do. Even if following your passion means doing something seemingly trivial and uninteresting, even then, just do it. Because progressing towards doing this seemingly mundane thing may lead you to meet someone or discover something that is just perfect for living your life purpose. The greatest passion doesn't have to take the form of a project or career. If an option contains even little more joy than any other option, act on it first. Joy is the physical translation of your divine mind's message through your body. Respond to it by taking action. Use all your abilities, talents, imagination and skills in taking action. Act on that with absolutely zero insistence or assumption of a particular outcome. Understand that insisting on a specific outcome, manifestation, or path may actually prevent you from manifesting better than you imagined. If you act this way, you will eventually fulfill your life's purpose. If you have something to give in the reality you create, there are people here ready to receive it. When you are aligned with your true self this way, the universe will support you, including financial support, to continue this activity in an expanding way. What is also important? Follow your passion with integrity. Integrity doesn't mean any particular moral standard, but the realization that everything is a whole and you are one with that whole. Therefore, the golden rule: you treat everyone and everything with the same respect, consideration, and care that you would want them to treat you with. This recipe is very simple, and our intuition tells us that there is something to it. But then the mind and the various beliefs we have within us come in and start arguing. But it can't be that easy. Life can't be that easy. Even if we quieten down the noise and decide to try the recipe, we find that despite all the ease, it is often extremely difficult for us to implement it. We are not used to this way of working at all. There are various fears and obligations that distract or discourage us from following our greatest enthusiasm. It requires great trust in the perfect flow and order of life, that for what really needs to be done, we will feel that joy at the right time. Maybe you don't feel like cleaning, but you feel that it is necessary, that it is your duty. But maybe if you did something else, where you feel more joy in that moment, in another moment you would find that you have the desire to clean. Or they might be someone who finds it a pleasure, and you could offer them something in return. That's a very simple example. One of the areas where we have the most trouble following our enthusiasm is our work or job. I may not enjoy it, but I still have to make money somehow, so that I and possibly my family can live. If we have a lot of negative beliefs about ourselves, our abilities, and the way abundance and opportunity can flow to us, it is better to build trust gradually. If we were to leave a job we don't enjoy from one day to the next, in such a setting, we could be overwhelmed by fear that would prevent us from seeing opportunities, our true passion, and following through. Often we are also already so overwhelmed and drawn into those obligations and thoughts programs that we can't even hear and recognize that voice of enthusiasm. We must gradually become more receptive and consciously focus on and seek it out. Try taking smaller steps first in areas where you don't have as much resistance and fear. And even within work that doesn't bring you as much joy, you can apply this recipe within the limits of what is available. Gradually, you will build confidence and replace old beliefs with new ones, and it will be easier for you to take a more fundamental step, or an opportunity will come along that will make it easier. This is a principle of the way how the life and the universe operates, and it applies to everyone all the time. even for you. The only thing you have to overcome is yourself, your old beliefs. That's the hardest thing about the whole recipe. But that's what we are here for, to expand ourselves and dance with life. And when you dare and decide, the whole universe will come together to help you. So I invite you to try this recipe, and you can write down in the comments what your experience was. I wish you beautiful and joyful flow in the stream of God's life.